Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this unscheduled council meeting of the 17th of September 2024, which is being held online via Zoom and also being live streamed. I'm Lydia Wilson, Chair of Council, and I'd also like to introduce my panel colleagues. Firstly, Administrator Peter Duncan.
Good morning, everyone.
And Administrator Christian Zara.
Good morning, everyone.
I'd also like to now introduce our Chief Executive Officer, Craig Lloyd, and ask him to also introduce members of the executive leadership team in attendance this morning.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'd like to introduce Jacinta Stevens, the Executive Manager of Office of Council and CEO.
Good morning,
and Janine.
everyone.
Good morning. And Janine Morgan, the Executive Manager of Public Affairs. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Craig. I note that there are no apologies this morning. On behalf of Council, I recognise the rich Aboriginal heritage of this country and acknowledge the Wurundjeri Willem clan and Tongarong people as the traditional owners of lands within the city of Whittlesea. And I'd also like to pay my personal respects to elders past, present and emerging. I'll now read our diversity and good governance statement. At the City of Whittlesea, we are proud of our diversity and the many cultures, faiths and beliefs that make up our community. We strive to be an inclusive, welcoming city that fosters active participation, well-being and connection to each other and this land. We commit as a council to making informed decisions to benefit the people of the City of Whittlesea now and into the future, to support our community's vision of a place for all. Administrators and officers, if you have a conflict of interest in any item on the agenda, you may verbally disclose the type and nature of the interest now, but you must also make a declaration immediately before consideration of the matter in question. Administrators, are there any items for which you have a conflict of interest to declare?
No, Chair.
No, Chair.
I also have no conflict of interest to declare. Do any officers present this morning have any conflicts of interest in any items on the agenda to declare?
No, Chair.
No, Chair.
I now seek a motion to confirm the minutes of the following preceding meeting, and that is the unscheduled meeting of Council held on the 3rd of September 2024. Do I have a mover?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Duncan. And a seconder?
I'm happy to second it, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Zara. I'll now put the matter to a vote. All those in favour of confirming the minutes? The motion is carried. We'll now work through the agenda, commencing with item 4.1, Audit and Risk Committee Minutes, 27th of August and the 10th of September 2024. And if I could ask our Executive Manager, Office of Council and the CEO, Jacinta Stevens, to briefly introduce this item. Thank you, Jacinta.
Thank you, Chair. This report presents the unconfirmed minutes from the Audit and Risk Committee meeting held on the 27th of August 2024 and 10th of September 2024, which both yourself, Chair Wilson, and Administrator Zara are members of the committee. The ACC meeting held on the 27th of August primarily dealt with Council's financial and performance statements for the 2023-24 financial year, which will be reported in Council's annual report as well. The ARC meeting held on the 10th of September, which is one of the committee's quarterly regular meetings, considered agenda items like the progress of the internal audit programs, risk management as they relate to both strategic and operational risks, reports relating to Council's internal assurance programs, compliance and governance matters as required within the Audit and Risk Committee annual work plan. To enable public transparency, a summary of the unconfirmed minutes form part of today's open agenda meeting and are presented to Council for noting. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacinta. That was a comprehensive overview of the minutes. Administrators, do you have any questions relating to this item?
No, Chair.
I don't either, Chair. Thank you.
No, and nor do I. So I'm seeking a mover for the officer recommendation for item 4.1.
I'm happy to move that, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Zara, and I'm happy to second the officer recommendation. Administrator Zara, would you like to speak to the officer recommendation?
Very briefly, Chair. Obviously, yourself and I, Chair, serve as members on behalf of Council on this committee, and it's a public opportunity, I think, for us again, Chair, to commend the work of this committee and its importance to the City of Whittlesea. And I note that this is also a part of the good governance that has been put in place here at the City of Whittlesea in the public accounting of the work of the committee and the noting through these public processes. And I thank Jacinta for her comprehensive verbal summary, and note that there will be some additional material available on our website as well for people to review. So I commend the recommendation. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Administrator Zara. I've got nothing further to add to your comments, so I'll now put that motion to a vote. All those in favour? The motion is carried. If we now move to item 4.2, the 2023-2024 annual report, I'm delighted to present the City of Whittlesea 2023-2024 annual report, which provides an overview of Council's performance in the 2023-2024 financial year against the 5 goals set out in our Community Plan 2021 to 2025 and also our annual budget 2023 to 2024. The report highlights our key achievements, challenges, and also an outlook on our future focus. And it's obviously the final annual report that we will be overseeing given the impending end of our term. The theme of this year's annual report is a greener tomorrow today, which reflects Council's ongoing efforts to make the City of Whittlesea a greener and more sustainable city for our residents now and obviously into the future. Can I then move the officer recommendation that Council endorse the 2023-2024 annual report in accordance with Section 100 of the Local Government Act 2020? And do I have a seconder for the officer recommendation for item 4.2?
Happy to second that, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Duncan. So as the mover of this item, I would like to briefly speak to the motion. As I noted earlier, the key theme of this annual report is a greener tomorrow today, and a number of key sustainability initiatives that we have undertaken are highlighted throughout the annual report. This includes launching our city's second repair cafe, beginning the transition of our fleet to electric, incorporating sustainability features and recycled materials in our buildings and capital projects, and continuing to support our community to be more sustainable through workshops, education and partnerships. We're really thrilled that in 2023-2024, we more than doubled the number of trees that we planted across our municipality as we continue to implement the actions in our Greening Whittlesea strategy. Through our $75 million capital works program, we've delivered many exciting and important projects, including a new FIFA accredited soccer pitch at Harvest Home Road, stage 2 of the Whittlesea Public Gardens redevelopment, and the start of construction on the Granite Hills Major Community Park in South Morang and the Murnong Community Centre in Donnybrook. As we've noted previously, we've also started construction on the Aboriginal gathering place within the Quarry Hills Parkland, an important legacy project for our Aboriginal community. We've continued our work on making it easier for our community to interact with us with the opening of the Whittlesea Service Hub, which we're extremely proud of, as well as the development of a new user-friendly website and a customer portal that will enable more transactions to be completed online. Can I acknowledge here the work of our staff in completing this annual report prior to caretaker period and for making it user-friendly, really easy to navigate, very readable and interesting, with really great use of infographics and many wonderful images throughout. As we prepare for the return of an elected council very soon, on behalf of my fellow administrators, I'd like to again say how immensely proud we are of what's been achieved during our term, including the improvements to governance, strategic planning, customer service, responsible financial management, and community engagement. We're really confident that we have established strong foundations for the continued success of the City of Whittlesea into the future. And again, I'd like to publicly thank the community for their support and importantly thank our CEO, Craig Lloyd, his executive leadership team and all of the staff at the City of Whittlesea for their dedication and ongoing commitment to delivering for residents and businesses that call the City of Whittlesea home. I personally really look forward to seeing this wonderful community flourish into the future. Thank you. Administrator Duncan, would you like to speak to the motion as well as a seconder?
Just briefly, Chair, because I think you've done a fantastic summary there on behalf of all of the administrators. I concur with everything that you have said, and in particular, thanks to all of our staff at the City of Whittlesea. And I encourage anyone who is watching this meeting today to have a look at the annual report, because it does contain all of the detail, as you said, but easy to read, and just to show you and demonstrate all of the amazing things we've done in our last year of our term. And I think it's fair to say that we are leaving the organisation and the community with a robust framework in terms of governance, planning and strategic matters to move forward with. So I think that's a great testament to everyone at the City of Whittlesea, and also to thank all the community members who throughout our term have always provided really valuable feedback during consultation on various matters. And please, I encourage you to continue to do that once you're returned to elected council members, and wishing everybody the very best of luck in the future.
Well said, Administrator Duncan. Thank you. Administrator Zara, would you like to make any further comments?
I'll also be very brief, Chair, thank you, but completely endorse your comments, I think very eloquently made on behalf of all of us and those made by our colleague, Administrator Duncan. It is a really good document, and I think one thing that we always struggle with in public life is people say, well, what is going on? Put it into language that people across the community can understand and relate to, and I think we've done an excellent job through our team in doing that. And it is a record of achievement, and I think it is particularly poignant for yourself, Chair, and Administrator Duncan, who've been a part of the whole journey over a fairly long period of time as part of the panel of administrators for, I think, by the end, 4.5, 5 years, a long period of service. To see such a great record of accomplishment in this final year set out in language that I think is absolutely relatable for local residents. So along with you and Administrator Duncan, I join in thanking our team for their work and thanking the community for their participation throughout the term of the panel of administrators at the City of Whittlesea. And in many ways, this document reflects that great partnership between the panel, the team at the City of Whittlesea, our hardworking staff, and the community all joined together, and it is a great thing to see. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Zara. In putting the motion to a vote, I do acknowledge particularly Janine Morgan and her team for all of their wonderful work in putting together the annual report. Thank you, Janine. I'll now put that motion to a vote. All those in favour? The motion is carried. Administrators, I require a motion to close the meeting to the public under section 66(2)(a) of the Local Government Act 2020 for the consideration of confidential items. Item 5.1, CEO Annual Performance Review. Do I have a mover to close the meeting for consideration of the confidential item?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Duncan. And a seconder?
Seconded, Chair.
Thank you, Administrator Zara. I'll now put that motion to a vote. All those in favour? The motion is carried. That brings us to the end of the open meeting, and therefore I close the open meeting at 9:15 a.m. And we'll just adjourn for a few moments before we move into camera.